everyone, and welcome to today's episode of this vlog. Do you know, I was thinking just before I started this, it's been 4 years since I've been doing this vlog. 4 years. I started in March 2018. March the 21st to be precise. So last Monday would have been our 4th anniversary. So wow, thank you for sticking with me. So today is the beginning of garage build. Yes, that's right, we are finally starting. The materials are in so we can start building this garage. Now it's gonna start off slow, I'm gonna warn you, but it will start to ramp up because I've only got a couple of weeks to get this, or a few weeks to get this done. So there's going to be a bit of demolition, there's going to be some building, and we're probably going to get a whole lot of things wrong. Now, disclaimer, I am no builder, I am just an average DIY, but this house that you're building, that you're sitting or watching now, including this room, I built with a friend of mine who is a builder. So this is a bungalow and we put another room up here. Now this is my studio that we work in, and I'll give you a tour one day. So if you see something that you think is wrong because you're an expert and a professional at this, please put it in the comments below, because by the time I get to it I can rectify and fix it, okay? So that's my disclaimer. So let's get to the garage build and let's start from the beginning as to why I'm doing this. Okay, so here's the outside of my garage. So from the street it looks unassuming. That's really the way that we wanted it to be. Now the door is just slightly over 2.2 meters, so it's slightly wider than the average garage, but from the outside it just looks like a very small garage. Now the door that I got on this garage is it's a glider roll door. It's my second one of these, and I like them because they just work and they last for years and years. And this one here, as you can see, is electric, and they are really good. Right, let's go in and talk about why we're actually doing this modification. If you've been with the channel for a while, you'll know that originally I had a whole lot of framework, lattice and stuff there, and then we had a bit of a clear out and we moved all the framework to the back of the garage. All right, so this area here is my workspace. Excuse the mess. This is all the wood that we're going to be using for this project here. Now the trouble is, when you have a car in here, the garage is wider, and if you look on the floor you will see the original garage line. So here we've got all tarmac. That tarmac comes up to here. Now this is where the original garage used to start, and this was the original wall for the garage. You can see it runs along here. So it wasn't really that wide a garage, and we used to have like a path through here. And what I've done is we actually basically took the old roof off, which is completely rotten, and you can tell that because if you look at these joists here, you can see that they're relatively new, and then we come to the old garage, and this wall here represents the old garage wall. So when you have a car in here, because I've got all my tools on this side here, you have a very small gap to work with. In fact, the gap that you have to work with, if you push the car right over, then where my hand is, that's what you get. That's how far the car is on that side. So you don't really have a lot of space on this side to work with, and on that side the car is literally populated, is on near the wall. Truth to be told, there is a gap. It's about 1 foot, but it's not really that well, not a lot of space. So the plan was to take this wall off down here, and then literally just the garage carries on all the way to the end of this window here. So all of this will be pushed out to the edge of there. In fact, I'll show you. Let's go outside. So you can see that I've taken up the slab here already. So this wall here, we're literally going to carry all the way along, and then we're going to come in here. So this wall will still exist, but we'll come in about here. Now what that will do, that will give me a lot more maneuverable. So I can bring the car in, maneuver it in the middle, and then it will sit over the lift. So the lift will be about here. And what that then means is that we've got plenty of space in the front here, because the wall's going to come across. So from here we're going to have a wall going straight across, and literally that whole tool bank, those tools, those center jaws and that, they will sit on this wall here. Now I'm debating whether I get rid of this one and get a better or higher toolbox. I'm not sure at the moment, thinking about it, because I've got a lot of tools in there. I've got stuff in there that I don't really use that much. This could be much better arranged. Okay, so that's that. And then what that means is I can then drive the car in here. I can have it up on a ramp if I need it to be on a ramp. And then I can get access to all my tools across here. Bearing in mind that this is going to be complete and further out that way as well. Right, so the challenges. Well, number one, these joists here. So these joists, they literally come across here and then they stop right here, as you would expect, because that's the wall. So on the walls, as you can see, we've got that timber there, and all that timber is doing, it's not actually fixed to the wall here because it's sitting on this door frame, which is then sitting on this window, and all of this here is timber. It is literally just timber. You've got a small brick wall there that we're going to take down. That's the original garage, but this bit here was timber, is timber. That's what we did the last time. The wall hasn't, the ceiling hasn't sunk, because all it is literally just these few beams here. So from here to here to here to here, these beams are sitting on top there, so there's not a lot of weight. This beam here is sitting on this brick wall, so that is secured by that, but it also does end over there. So we're going to have to secure this timber here. That's going to be the interesting one, although none of this is load bearing. It's just literally holding up the roof, okay, and the roof is pretty strong. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to use this beam here, and we're going to use that to hang a joist which will go across here, and then we will then put probably a post there, a couple of posts, which will either we're going to pin it to a wall, because there is a wall behind there, so we're going to try and get it to attach that. If we can't, we're going to put a post down that will attach to, and then outside we'll pin that to the joist on the other side. Hope that makes sense. Now if there's any builders out there, because I'm no builder, I've done some renovation, so my house here has been completely renovated, but I'm no builder. So any advice that you guys want to give me, feel free to do so in the comments below, and then we'll just basically build the wall across here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some OSD board. So the OSD is quite important. We'll use that, and then we'll put some cabinets at the top. And the reason why I'm going to put the cabinets on the top, because all of this will disappear. So this area will become a separate workshop, and we've got a door already. That door has always been here. We'll use that door to access this part of the work. This will be a separate workshop and a storage workshop. So my son, he does a lot of woodwork, so we've got all of these chop saws, etc. So he can have that area here, and then here we'll have storage and storage on there. So this stuff here, some of it will go into the storage area here. Now, on this wall here, going across, we're going to have some cabinets. So that's a plan, to have some cabinets on the wall here. And then what we'll do with those cabinets, we will put the contents of this. So we're going to clear all this out, all the stuff that is rubbish, because I've got a whole lot of polishes and fluids, etc. that need to be sorted out. Already got rid of all my wheels. I actually sold all of my wheels, which I was really surprised and grateful for. This unit here, this junk pile, all of this will disappear, because we're going to obviously have something going across a worktop, and we're probably going to see if we can get a metal worktop, or at least a wood top, and then put metal on top of it, because this thing's been absolutely destroyed by all the stuff that we've been doing. And then at least we can put this vise in properly. This vise is a lifesaver. I will definitely be having a new vise going forward. So those are the plans. So tell me what you think. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then obviously with this wall here, this is a new wall, and this is the old existing wall, this little bit of wall here. So we're going to cut across there, straight down the middle there, and that's where we're going to put a new door. Now this door is rubbish, really is rubbish, because in the winter it just swells, and in the summer it shrinks back to size. So at the moment it's working just fine. Shuts. In the winter it just swells up. So I'm actually going to put a UPVC door in, which will match the outside. And then on the outside, we're going to take off, and we'll probably do that today. So we'll take off all this cladding. So this is cedral board, weatherboard. It is fantastic stuff. It doesn't degrade, doesn't go off color, and it's maintenance free. And it's made such a difference to the look and feel of the garage. It's really like chalk and cheese. So all of this we'll take off, and then we'll put on the new frame. So you can see, yeah, we've already gone through this already. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a course of dense concrete blocks, and then we're going to put a DPM on top, and then we're going to build our stud work on top of that. This window we're going to reuse, so we're going to take this window out and put it back out here when we're in a position to do so. My friend who did this roof, this is a rubberized roof. It's a really good roof. It's much better, a million times better than your standard sort of felt. It lasts us 20 years and it's guaranteed as well. You have to get it done by a proper fitter, but that's what my friend is. So he's going to do that roof for me and extend that out, and yeah, it should look good, much better. And then of course we're going to repatio this whole area, which is what's driven this. So those be the plans. So let's get started by putting in our little wall, and then if we got time, depending on how long this video is, and at the moment it's 10 minutes, we will start doing the we'll do the coursework. First course of bricks.
1 hour later.
Okay, so we've just done the first course. Just finished it in time because it's just started to rain, but you can kind of see the shape where we're going at. There you go, that's our shape. And then here, this is our door. So our new door is going to touch this existing wall here, and we're walking here, and then the window will butt right up to it. Now there will be a wooden piece which we'll cover over with some plastic flashing, but you can kind of see the space that we are looking to gain. About a meter out here, right into here. Right, so we'll let that dry overnight, and then we will then put the, see if we can start getting the wooden stud work up.
The next morning.
So it's the next day. Initial wall is dried up pretty well, so I'm pleased with that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off this fascia board because I want to see what's underneath there, because I can't remember. It's been a while since I've done that. And then what I might do is take off this gutter here and then see what we have to work with, because don't forget we want to put two beams really. One come from here, across here, so whatever's underneath here we need to figure out, and then we're going to have another one going across here. Actually no, we're not going to have a beam going across, because we're going to have our beams going to go across that way. So it'll go across, and then it will hook onto the beam that we're going to put on here. Now I've got a 100mm post that's going to go up here, and then the door will attach to that, and that's going to give that security, and then the stud work will connect up to the post here as well, and that post will also add sort of rigidity to the top. So yeah, let's take that off and let's see what's underneath. Okay, so what we got here, this is basically just like I hate this shingle stuff. It's just a layer on the front, but most of it from behind is wooden cement, as you can see. So you can see straight through that hole there, and then you've got like a little layer of brick work. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, alright, so what we'll do is we'll take off those cladding there, then we can then look at, probably not this week, but at least if we take this off, we can then start planning to get our stud work up. Okay, so that's all the cladding gone. We can now start working on putting the battens up in place. So we'll remove this and then we'll put that up, and then we'll get the batten secured against there, and then we can carry on. Interestingly, see that metal strip down the bottom here? That's supposed to stop spiders from crawling up, but as you can see from all the nests there, that hasn't worked that well, has it? Anyway, right, so that's it for this week. Next week we'll be working on getting the battens up and getting the frame up, and once we get the frame up we can get the roof on as well. So there you go. So cladding off. Next stage is to get the stud work up, but I need to allow the base blocks to just go off a little bit more. I could have started work on it today, but we'll start in the next episode. So in the next episode you'll see the stud work start to go up and the DPM going down. Now what I'm going to do is, when I get the stud work up, I'm going to put some OSD board on the outside, and then I'm going to put some membrane on the front before putting the cladding back on. So the cladding that you saw me take off, I'm going to reuse most of that, because that cedar wall cladding is absolutely brilliant. It really does set the garage off, and it's what I've coated the rest of the house in. So I'm pretty good at putting the cedar wall board up, so I kind of understand that. But what I want to do is make sure that we do a better job than what's been done before. My friend the builder did that, and don't judge him because he's absolutely brilliant, but he didn't have a lot of material to go with. The garage was kind of a bit of a mess, so he kind of used what he had left, because I gave him a very limited budget, and that's the reason why you see those plywood boards and brick the way that it is, because he knew I was going to clad it anyway. So we're now going to make good all of that, and we'll start that off in the next episode. Now I want to talk about flooring, because I'm debating whether I do an epoxy floor. I don't really want to do an epoxy floor. I want to do a floor that basically a tile floor. Now there is a tiling company that I saw. It's called the Tiling Company, or the Flooring Tiling Company, something like that. I'm actually interested in their floor because they do really high quality floors, probably the best that I've seen. So but let me know what you think. Should I tile the floor or should I epoxy the floor? What do you think? We're going to have a lift on there as well. A lot of these tiles, they can actually, the lift can sit on top of them, but I think the tile probably will set it off better. But let me know in the comments below. Okay, so well, episode 1 done, episode 2 coming shortly. Look forward to your comments. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you are a casual viewer, the bell notifications so you can keep up to date with this garage build. And I guess we'll see you in the next one. So have a good one, and we'll see you next Monday.